BlaqueWitchYaya mama. BlaqueWitchYaya mama. BlaqueWitchYaya mama.
Hello you all, I'm BlaqueWitchYaya. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. In this video, it is similar to one of my Wicked Witch Wednesdays movie recap. Throughout this video, I am going to be referring to a character by the name of the Baron. I know my boyfriend's channel name is the Baron. I'm not talking about him in this video. I'm actually talking about Baron Samadi. So when I say the voodoo lady had to summon the Baron, I'm talking about Baron Samadi, but I'm just shortening it to the Baron. She ain't summoning my man. She talking about, okay, just making sure. But it is on the movie Sugar Hill. And with this movie, it was a good, funny, it's a 70s movie. But I wanted to break down some of the things that happened in the movie and one lesson that I really took from it. And I wanted to share with you guys because I've seen so many people not completely understand how big and sensitive this lesson is. So we have a couple by the name of Sugar and Langston was unfortunately killed by a mob because he would not sell his club. So of course Sugar is upset, she is pissed off, so she wants revenge. So of course, who does she go to? The voodoo priest in the town that she knows since her childhood by the name of Mama Thais. So she goes to her and she lets her know what's going on. Like, these men just up and killed my husband. This is so unfair. Now I'm alone. Oh my gosh, I want revenge. And so the voodoo priest, she's kind of like, how much revenge? And she's like, listen, in blood. So immediately Mama knew what to do. So she takes her to the cemetery where they meet the Baron. But before he could even appear, Mama Thais lets her know, like, listen, the Baron is a greedy god. He's a greedy energy. You're going to need to offer him something. So she takes off her earrings and she's like, more, and she takes off her necklace. And to me, this moment right here was just such an important thing to catch upon. Be sure to check out BlaqueWitchYaya.com for all of your spiritual tools, from crystal necklaces, crystal bracelets, crystal by themselves, crystal rings, incense holders, Florida water, different herbs, and so much more. Make sure you collect all of your spiritual tools so you can make magic happen. Just to give you a breakdown of the rest of the movie, because the rest of the movie is like a classic 70s movie where it's like, listen, you drive, sucker, like one of those. So, but just to give you a synopsis of the rest of the movie before we dive into the lesson. So to get the proper revenge, the Baron summons people in the cemetery, but not just anybody, former slaves that were buried in the cemetery, to help her kill whoever she needed to kill to get revenge for her love, Langston. So all of that happens. Getting back to this point, when she said, listen, Baron is greedy, you have to give him something, you have to pay spirit. This is such an important lesson. I also have another story on this as well that I'll post. You have to pay spirit. And when you think about paying spirit, this isn't just throwing $1 up in the air and just knowing like, hey, spirit, you know I meant to give you that. But people who are working with spirit as well. This is your local botanica shop. This is a person who may have given you a reading, the person who has conducted, mixed up your herbs and oils and just offered you any type of counseling service, any type of readings, hypnosis, whatever. You have to pay spirit because they are a messenger from spirit and they're working with spirit. And of course, on their end, they're going to pay their spirit as well, do what they have to do. But on your end, do not try to fool and manipulate the spiritual workers. For example, when people email me saying, I ain't get my package, this and that happens. Sometimes I know certain people are lying, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play along with you, because it's like the last thing you want to do is lie and steal spiritual products. Everything not gonna work for you, baby girl. It's not gonna be a good result because you're not manipulating me and my business. Of course, I can account for all of that stuff, but you're playing with spirit too, because I channel my spirit to make these products for you guys. So it's like, all right, you wanna lie? This is the game you wanna play? It ain't worth it. Trust me, this clear quartz is not worth the chaos that's about to happen for you lying to spirit. Or you may have gotten a reading from someone before, like, listen, I don't have it now, but I'm gonna pay you. If that person actually takes their time to give you a reading, you just be like, well, I got my reading, I don't need to pay them no more, I'm okay, or I ain't too worried about it no more. You're going to get your karma for that, and their spirit's going to be like, listen, you're not only robbing that tarot reader, you're robbing me, and I don't like when people rob me, so let me F with you so you could learn your lesson. And I say this because I see it so often, especially with my boyfriend being a tarot reader. It's all always the, oh, I ain't got it right now, but I'll give it to you. And if he does decide to actually give a reading, the person just ups and disappears and never pays. And it's not like, oh, I need my money. I need my money. Of course, a person wants to get paid for their service, but majority of the time, if you have someone haggling you because you owe them money for a spiritual service, they're trying to protect you. I've seen this so many times of people like, I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. And just sending them through the loop. The next thing you know, their life is chaos and they're crawling right back like, I don't know what's going on. I got in a car wreck. I got fired from my job. This and that. And it's like, yes, all of that happened because you owe that person $60. And I know sometimes this can sound like, oh, the person just wants their money so they could put it in their pocket. Of course, they're running a business, but you have to pay spirit as well. This isn't just going to the corner store to pick up a bag of chips. This person is utilizing their energy, utilizing their spirit, their Orisha, their concoction, candles, incense, oils, whatever they are using to provide a service for you. Like, for example, when you go to the doctor and you pay the front desk person, you're not only just paying the doctor, you're paying the person who made the tubes for you to get your blood work done. You're paying the person that made the little tissue paper so they could put it over the bed. It's a cycle of people that led up to you getting that service. So don't just think, oh, it's money in their pocket. No, it's money in that person's pocket. It's money in that person's pocket. It's money in the tarot reader's pocket. And it's money in the spirit's pockets. So that spirit can get thanked for channeling and being able to communicate with the individuals who's exercising a certain service. Also, when she says the Baron is greedy, this is symbolic to don't try to slight your spirits. If you know you about to cook you a steak tonight and you have your altar over there, go ahead and give them a piece, cook them a steak too. Don't be like, oh man, I got the steak for me, but I'm gonna just cook my little altar. I'm gonna cook them a bowl of rice because I ain't finna spend that much money on them. Don't short them because they are going to short you. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna have me a glass of wine tonight, but for my Orisha, I'll give you some water. I want the rest of this wine. Pour them some wine too. Give them whatever they ask for because it's going to be simple stuff. If they ask for a Snickers bar, if they ask for a coconut cake, if they ask for a glass of wine, don't be like, oh, I ain't got wine money, but you guzzling down wine. Give your spirits what they ask for because they are going to take care of you in such phenomenal ways. You can give them a simple bowl of soup that they ask for and they may be so grateful to the point they're going to bless you with the job you wanted just because you obeyed, you thanked them, you communicated with them, and you gave them that attention and grace and appreciation that they needed. Don't say, oh, I can't afford to cook my Orisha a steak, but that weekend you going out to get crab legs. As a wise man once said, do not play with the church's money, okay? So don't play with the witch's money. Don't play with the botanical owner's money. Don't play with the tarot reader's money because you're not just playing with them. You're playing with their spirits and you don't know who they working with. The person that's giving the readings to you could be channeling their ancestor that was a thug back in the day that do not care. Sometimes it's just not a cute little fairy floating around. Sometimes the ancestor that they could be working with is about their life. It could be a hothead. So don't just think, oh, they're not going to remember I owe them $40. They'll forget after a while. They may forget, but guess what? Their spirit gonna be like, hey, you know that girl you made that oil for and she said she'll come get you later? Yeah, she never came and got you. She owe you $40. She owe us $40. So who gonna handle it, me or you? And this goes for any type of exchange. Don't always think that it's money because sometimes you may not have the money to get a service done. So you may go to a shop like, hey, I don't have money to get this oil, but I'll braid your hair this weekend. If you promise to braid that person's hair, braid that person's hair. Like, hey, I don't have money for this reading, but I can mow your lawn. Hey, I don't have money for this candle, but I could come dust off your shop. Any type of exchange, you want to make sure you hold up your end of the bargain. Hey y'all, it's Yaya here. I wanted to clear up this one part. When I say an even exchange, offer a service that you may provide. Like I said, whether you braid hair, you could babysit somebody's kids if they trust you, whatever, but do not offer your body. Don't offer anything sexual, any sexual favors. Make sure you still keep your morals in the forefront. Don't offer your firstborn. Just make sure you still are keeping your moral ground and your moral senses in this standpoint. I know majority of the people understand, but don't let any type of person who's offering a service manipulate you to like, oh, well, you don't have the money. Well, you gotta coochie. Don't do that. This goes for men, women, them, days, and in-betweens, non-binaries. I don't care who you are. Do not offer up your body as a form of payment because that would literally drain the life out of you. They're doing their job. Their spirits are doing their job. Your spirits are doing your job by taking in the information. Just make sure you on that Libra thing, okay? Make sure it's balanced. Make sure it's an even exchange. Unbalanced, you're going to get the brunt of it, okay? And that's the same thing for people who provide service. If you have someone who paid you and wants a service, do your part. Don't play with their spirits. It goes vice versa as well. If you know they paid you for a reading at 3, if you can't make it at 3, okay, cool. Reschedule them and give them what they paid for. Don't play with them either, because you don't know who their spirits are. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. And like I always say, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe of the soul. Until next time, you guys, I share.
BlaqueWitchYaya, mama. BlaqueWitchYaya, mama.